It's kind of funny how when you're a kid, you completely forget that someday the good old days will end. And the days of waking up with no real worry in the world, just playing Minecraft and Fortnite with the gang, playing your favorite sport, hanging out with your friends, getting in relationships, trying new things, just having fun. It's easy to forget that these things are not permanent and that one day life will catch up to you and you will have to start working, you will have to start paying bills, you will have to start uh, taking responsibility for other people in your life. And that's just the harsh reality of life for all of us, for every single one of us. And it's easy to forget that we're all going to go through that. And as kids, we never really realized that that is our future. And so I remember, and it really does just catch up with you. It really does just kind of pounce on you all of a sudden. And you realize, like, wow, I'm actually doing this life thing. Like, I'm actually adulting. And and it's just crazy because all of a sudden you're 20, you're 21 years old, and you're just doing life, and you're paying rent, and you're getting in relationships, and finding the girl of your dreams or the guy of your dreams, whatever it is for you. And this is life. And some of us are starting businesses and making good money. Some of us are doing side hustles. Some of us are just working our 9 to 5. Some of us are working dead end jobs. And some of us are moving up in our career and going that route. Some of us are in college. Some of us are still asking our parents for permission to leave the house. And then others are in houses, even in this economy, as crazy as that is. We're all in different places. We all started in different places as well when we were younger. Not all of us were as fortunate as others, and not all of us had the same resources that other people had. And so that's just life. And I know for me, life has really hit me all of a sudden. And really, it's kind of gradual, but you don't really realize until it's like, wow, like I'm actually doing this. Like I'm paying rent. Like I'm responsible. And if I don't pay the rent, then I won't have a house next month and I won't have an apartment next month or whatever it is. And so that's life. And it's so crazy that nobody warns you about these things. Nobody tells you how to pay taxes and how to file taxes if you are doing DoorDash or whatever or Uber Eats and you have to, you know, worry about gas money and, how much you're supposed to owe and you have to figure that out on your own. It's like, it's tough. It really is rough. And especially in this economy, it's really easy to get defeated and just feel like there's no hope and feel like that you're going nowhere and that there's just nothing for you and that your life is just wasting away. And it's really easy to feel that way, especially nowadays. And I really do feel for everybody who's now starting to adult and is realizing, like, wow, this is my life. I just work, eat, sleep, and most of us numb our lives away with drugs and alcohol and all these other things. And that's only putting us further down in a deeper hole, making us even more depressed, more anxious. And yes, it makes us feel better for a short time, but in the long run, it's ruining our lives. And whenever we're not doing those things, whenever we're not drinking the alcohol or doing the drugs, we are just not happy with ourselves. And that is no way to live life. And unfortunately, that is the life of most people nowadays. You work really hard to make the money, to pay the rent, to afford food, and support your family if you have one yet. And then you just drink away your problems or smoke away your problems in the evening, and that's your life. And how sad that is. And life really does get hard. My life in the last few months had been very difficult. And yeah, that's just how it goes. And we're all in this together. Life gets hard, and there's a lot of stress, and there's a lot of things to worry about, a lot of things to be anxious about. There's always rent, there's always having to worry about all these little things, all these little applications, or these little DMV, going to the DMV, these appointments, and the doctor, and insurance, and all these different things we have to worry about, and it's like so overwhelming. And yet That's life, and we're all in this together, and we're all learning at our own pace, and we all have things we're worried about, all of us. And so yeah, stress is inevitable, and so what I would suggest is twisting your mind to see stress as a positive thing, a thing that you want to tackle on, that you're actually excited to tackle and fight. And we have to realize that stress is always going to be here as adults in this life. There's always going to be stress, and yet you might as well just not let it drown you and instead trick your mind into thinking that it's a good thing and that stress is good and that it is building your character and your endurance and it is making you stronger. And so if you think of it in that way, then you'll be you'll be well ahead of other people. And not just that, but also a funny thing is there is studies that I've heard about that if you think of stress as a good thing and you are stressed and you are anxious, you actually will be a lot healthier than the person who thinks that the stress they have is a negative thing. So if you think of your stress as a positive thing, as a helpful thing, and you use it as a tool to be stronger and to fight, then you will actually be healthier, funny enough. And so I don't know where I heard that. I heard that somewhere at some point, but I'm sure it's true because it makes sense. Um, no matter what, we might feel like we are failing at something or we're failing at life as a whole, or that we just feel defeated and tired and like we just can't go on much longer. But no matter what, we can feel certain knowing that we're trying our best and that we're living life for the first time just like everybody else. And also that the God of the universe, whether you believe in him or not, has your back. And he is watching you and is preparing you for the purpose that he someday has in store for you. So keep going with that in mind, that no matter where you're at, it's all happening for a reason and that you'll be okay. And yes, life is unfair, and yes, we live in a fallen world where things happen and very bad things happen, and yet we all have free will, and that can cause a lot of different things to happen. And we just have to know that and be aware of that and do our best in this life. And that's all we can really do, is do our best and do everything with a good conscience, and don't lie and don't scam people, don't mistreat people, don't, have self-control, have patience, have love, be kind, be grateful. And these little things, it's easy to not be grateful when you're working 10 hours a day and then you come home and you have more chores to do and there's always something going on. And yet, if you just take the time to be grateful and you take the time to be kind and you take the time to be loving and you take the time to do a good thing, your life quality will be so much better. That's a good thing to keep in note as well, is that yes, life is hard, but you can make it easier for yourself and you can make it so much easier for other people who are also struggling and also going through the same things. And how beautiful is that you get to be that light for somebody. Just think of that next time. And so, yep. I haven't done one of these videos in a while, and so this one's going to be kind of short. I just wanted to make this video because it was in my head, and I was thinking of talking about this because life's been pretty hard for me too, and I've been struggling. I bought a car recently, and that car had a bunch of issues, and then I had to fix my other car that I didn't sell yet, and then that had more problems, and then I had to fix it again, and then I was going job to job, and then I was moving from city to city, and that's always a stressful thing because you have so many things to worry about. And then I have a job, and this job is stressful and anxious, and it's making me very just anxious and overwhelmed. So there's always something. And it's really easy to start living life shallowly and skipping the gym, skipping the good habits that we do because we're just so overwhelmed and anxious and fatigued and tired and just feeling defeated. And yet, if we just endure and do those good things anyway, we will feel so much better about ourselves. No matter what though, at the end of the day, we're all in this together, and so keep that in mind. Hope you guys enjoyed this one, and stay tuned for more. I haven't done these in a while, but I enjoy doing them, and I think it helps people, and so stay tuned for a lot more of these kind of videos. I like making them, and I like helping people, and that's why I do this, is to take what I've learned and to take also what I've gone through and just share that with the world, and hopefully be like a comforting presence for other people, and just be there as like maybe an older brother or some kind of figure that you can look up to, or and just do life with, and just, I don't know, I just want to make a positive impact. And here's yet another Minecraft sunset. Oh man. Anyways, that's all I have in this video for you guys, as we close off with the sunset in the background. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and yeah, I love you all, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.